Hello everyone and welcome to my review of the 2022 Subaru WRX. A brand new generation is upon us with WRX now riding on the Subaru global platform, which is accommodating for this all-new interior, a brand new redesign, a new engine under the bonnet, and some styling, which has also brought along some controversy with it. And I will be sure to address all of those points throughout this video. But one of the big things I want to point out to you is that this is my first experience with a WRX. I've never tried one out before. I've been meaning to, because I know just how popular they are and how they're one of the staples of the automotive community. Plenty of people might not like them, but I'm sure that they respect them, and I've always been on the camp of respecting, but never actually been granted a full opportunity to give this product a go. So what do we have for this all-new generation? Well, under the bonnet, it's a 2.4 litre flat 4 engine. It has a turbocharger producing 271 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. It comes in this generation as a 6-speed manual or a new CVT, which Subaru is really landing on that CVT actually has performance capability. I don't know anything about that, but I would like to give one a go if it ever came into my hands in the future. But this 6-speed manual, an all-wheel drive, and the characteristics that you would hope out of this kind of sports sedan, it's got everything going for it, really. The brakes are tremendous, the clutch is heavy, the transmission, the shifter itself is light but quite notchy, and this has to be the reviest 4-cylinder engine I've ever encountered. It only has a red line of 6,100 RPM, so the red line always appears a little sooner than what you'd actually like, but you want to push this car. It engages this part of me that I just want to unleash all of my delinquency on a back road like this. You've got super darty steering, so just a little twitch and you're going in a completely different direction. And it is properly quick. It does feel very nimble, very sharp, and the ride is firm but really not punishing at all. Maybe it has to deal directly with these absolutely fantastic seats. It's just got the suspension of this perfectly nailed down, where I can see a bump coming, I can feel it, maybe a little more on the rear axle than I can the front axle, but I can predict everything that this car's going to do. It actually gives me tremendous confidence. And this all has to be said in conditions where it's 0 degrees outside, it's been snowing most of the week, and Subaru actually handed this car off to me with summer performance tires, so I worried that I wouldn't really get the chance to actually drive this product and get an understanding of it. But like I said, there's so much confidence in all of my inputs and everything that the car is delivering back to me in terms of road information, and I've got a great understanding of what the tires are doing, the brakes, how they feel. Even though this is not the best condition for the given tires on this product, I feel like I could push this car actually quite a bit further. And there isn't much character in terms of noise. There is a lot of boom from the exhaust when you first start it up, and there's no fake engine noise, which I can appreciate in this product, but nothing really sonorous or orchestral about the 4-cylinder engine itself or the noise that's coming out of the back. Something to note about the driving, there is no set driving modes in the manual version of the WRX. Maybe that's something you want, maybe it's something you don't. I don't feel a need for it. I don't particularly care for it, so I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything in terms of setup or adjustability. I've got a manual transmission. That's all the adjustment and alterations to character that I could ever ask for out of a car. No real flaws with the driving. Perhaps the steering is a bit too light on center. but that just adds to its darty character, so to me that's fun. And yeah, the transmission, it doesn't have the best feel in this class. I would reserve that to the Hondas still, but you can't get those with all-wheel drive, and you certainly don't have this much power in Civic Si. Though the driving dynamics of this product is excellent, the refinement is so-so. Classic Subaru, there's a huge greenhouse and great visibility, but that does mean that you get a little bit more wind noise and road noise coming into the cabin. There's a little more echo in this space, so highway driving is a little bit tiresome. Not so much that I'm disappointed by it. I'm not expecting premium levels of isolation in a Subaru, so all in all, quite good. Let's talk a little bit more about livability with the WRX. As you can see, we have a very prominent 11.6-inch touchscreen in this cabin. You get it on all but the base version of the new WRX, and it's the same unit we've seen in quite a few other Subaru products for quite some time. This new global platform allows the carryover of this interior into the new WRX, and I am impressed with the quality in here. Everything feels really quite solid. There's a good amount of soft materials, and Subaru didn't cheap out in the back either, with the same materials in the seats and the door cards ending up back there too. I've heard absolutely no squeaks and rattles whilst living with this product for the past week. The touchscreen, even though it isn't the fastest or the sharpest, most customizable, it's not the best at anything. It works perfectly fine. Yes, you do have all of your main climate control in the touchscreen. You got the couple buttons here on the side for temp and for the front and rear defroster, but I can get along with it well enough that it isn't so much of a problem. Rear seat space isn't great. I'm 6'4" and I can barely sit behind myself. Can't put my head straight up or I'll bash into the roof liner. Can't really put my knees in. I need to squeeze over and tilt over to the sides. Boot space is great, and you can see that underneath you have a full-size spare wheel. I'm very happy to see that. There's a couple of annoyances that I have with the WRX's interior. One, I wish we had a heated steering wheel in a product such as this. I am surprised that here in this top trim model it's not here. And I thought the world had gotten rid of the clickless indicator switches in cars. I thought that we were reserving those for the pages of history, but here in this new WRX it has those, and yes, they're annoying. Yes, you can get used to them. I'm just surprised they're here more than anything. And I suppose one of the last things to bring up is the styling. A lot of people really don't like the look of this new WRX, and when you do see it in its bold colors like blue or orange or red, the new plastic cladding that Subaru says is there for durability and aerodynamics, because it's dimpled like a golf ball, so it should glide through the air a little more cleanly. I've no way of disproving that, so I'm just going to have to believe Subaru that it's true. A lot of people don't like the look of it, and I didn't really mind it. With this grey that I'm currently driving, it hides that body cladding very well. I suppose the one thing I truly don't like about how it looks is how the rear bumper really protrudes a lot. Just kind of looks like it isn't integrated properly. So there we have it. That sums up all of my thoughts towards the new Subaru WRX. It holds on to its cheerful character and very engaging drive, and gets a little more refined, a little more upmarket overall. Is it so upmarket that it's devoid of what it once stood for? Absolutely not. It still has so many wonderful aspects of what I want a sports sedan to be, that I really have enjoyed my week living with this product. I wish I had some proper winter tires on it so I could get a little bit more juvenile, use it like the yachtmobile that it is, but I don't want to get myself into too much trouble. So for the time being, I will say that this Subaru WRX is definitely a vehicle that you should consider owning if you're looking in this segment, or if you're a previous owner of a previous generation and you're looking for an upgrade. It's some of the most fun I've had in a Subaru in quite some time. So thank you very much for taking the time to watching this video, and I hope to see you again on the channel soon.